Hi, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Orton Gillingham Coaching. Today I'd like to talk about syllables, syllable types, and the order in which we teach them, the concept of syllables, getting that across to a student, as well as strategies for teaching syllable types. And syllables. So the first thing is REVLOC. REVLOC is a made-up word, but it teaches the dominance of syllables, and it has rules, so it helps a student to know what to look for and when. So we have R controlled, magic E, V for vowel teams, L, consonant LE, O for open, C for closed. And then we have this sentence down here. Always look for R first, then look for E, V, L next. Last, look for O and C. Why do we have dominance like this? What is the importance of this? So let's take a word like winter. You have VCCV, it's a hornet word, and you will divide it between the two C's. The first syllable is easy, when. That is a short vowel, it's closed, no problem. Then you get to ter. So a student will have been taught when they see that ter, that T-E-R, they'll know that it's an R control because R is first. Look for the R first, even though it has a consonant at the end. Same thing with your vowel teams versus the open syllable. It could be a little tricky because a vowel team does end in a vowel, but it's not an open syllable. It's a vowel team syllable. So that is why you may have seen something like clover, but I believe REVLOC comes in a lot more handy because it just narrows that down, gives a little more concise rules for division later and for knowing syllable types and when to use them. So that is REVLOC. That is the dominance of syllables, but that is not the order that we teach them. The order we teach syllables from a scope and sequence point of view is closed, magic E, open, R controlled, consonant LE, and then vowel teams. So we will have our scope and sequence, and that's the order you'll teach them. Not all at once. But the first two will be closed first and then magic E, and that will be before you start dividing words. So how do you teach the concept of syllables? It's not easy. Kids, it's not like you could just say, here's the definition and now you're going to know what syllables are, because it's a pretty difficult concept, especially for little kids. So one way you could do it is as soon as you have a word like it or at, is you can just start saying that consonant makes that vowel short at the end. That is going to close it in, and it's a closed syllable. If they do say something like, well, what's a syllable? You can give them something like, well, syllables are what words are made of. They make up words. And just try and keep it as simple as possible. If they're older, you might give them a syllable, can always has a vowel, but never could be just a consonant, but can be a vowel. And I mean, it just could be a little complicated sounding. So one way so if you give them the concept, that vowel gets closed in, it becomes short. This is a closed syllable. You could just keep it simple in that way. Then next, you're going to introduce magic E, not too long from then. Once you do that, now they have something to compare it to. See that E at the end? That makes the vowel say its name. This is a magic E syllable. So you continue to use the verbiage, the correct terms, and then you just keep adding on to it. You begin to teach your student. So this strategy-wise, you would tell your student, read these words. They're nonsense words. So these are syllable words. You would start to give them for dictation and reading words like tib and sab. And they begin to notice these aren't real words, but they're a concept of real words. You call them syllables. These are closed syllables. These are closed syllables. It makes that vowel short. And you just repeat that. Then you're putting in magic E and doing the same thing. Ein. E-N-E. It makes an E sound. Een. So you're getting them to continue to use syllable types as words, and dictation is very important there as well. So we want to do any multisensory tricks and tips you have, you use that. One thing that I do is I have cards, I have index cards. Once I've taught magic E and closed, I will have that index card, and it's open and it says PIN, and then you close it and it has an E on it. So what's this? Pin. What's this? Pine. And you go through a whole deck of that. I'll go more into that later when I go through each syllable type individually. We'll talk about more strategies for that. But the other thing you could do is later, once you have the concept, you've done a lot of dictation, you've had them read a lot, they're reading syllables, then you can begin to put words that are broken up next to each other in their syllables. So you have in and dex next to each other. What's this syllable say? In. What's this one say? Dex. Index. Okay, put them together. Say it fast. Index. And you, another example would be miss and take. What's this? Miss. What's this one? Take. Mistake. Oh, mistake. That, I know that word. So you just can continue to do little things like that to and continue to use the right verbiage, continue to, you know, and then before you know it, you'll be doing rabbit words, which are two closed syllable words. They'll be doing the labeling, the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. They'll be dividing between, and they will know those are two closed syllables. So for now, you want to keep it simple. You want to introduce syllable types each time. And once they're all done, then you have the REVLOC for them to go back to. And it's a whole system. Again, this is a cumulative method. So the great part about it is that there's a lot of rules. Those two vowels make that vowel short. Those two consonants make that vowel short. That E makes that vowel say its name. When you get to the R controlled, there'll be rules with that. Open, that makes the vowel say its name. So we continue to introduce, and it's cumulative, but we do want to start with the closed syllable. And we can start real simple with just talking about the word syllable and syllable types. So I hope that explains it. And if you have any questions, please drop me a comment and be sure to subscribe today. Thank you.